It's a great morning. We are at the last few days of the month. There is some exciting news buzzing in ACN. I don't know if Mr. Dean Tarrolly is going to talk about that. I don't know. I think that would be really cool, but we'll see what happens. But I just want to let you know that Mr. Dean Tarrolly isn't just a leader in this business. He has reached the prestigious position of regional vice president. Not only is he a regional vice president, but he is one of the top producing regional vice presidents each month in the year of 2021. I want you to think about that. He's done so much for his team and others in the company that the co-founders repeatedly ask him to be one of the trainers to train the entire company when it comes to the game on events and the emerge events. On top of that, he gives his time to put together a special leadership event for people from all over ACN that want to make it big in the company. As well as he's become a great friend. I love and respect him as a person, as a man, the husband he is, and the father he is, because we're both girl dads, and that is something extremely special to me. So without any further ado, I want to introduce my friend, someone who's been doing the calls for the last 2 years consistently out of his heart, and is on here on a day before the last day of the year to bring a huge message to all of us. Regional Vice President, Mr. Dean Tarrolly. Good morning, sir.
What is up, Julian? How are you? Can you hear me okay?
Fantastic, brother. It's good to see your face.
Cool. Likewise. I appreciate that. So, man, good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, or Akiko, good morning. Real morning in Japan. So, yeah, I got a few things to share with you guys. I'll tell you first before we get started. Julian and I did not know Julian Lewis before getting involved in ACN. We met at an event, and just a great guy, someone who wants to see everybody win, who's willing to go out of his way if he can to help in any way that he can. And by the way, you guys should take note of that. That is a common factor among leaders, is they will help to the degree that they can, regardless as if they have any financial interest in that person's success. And the reason why real leaders do this is they understand that helping someone without regard to the compensation plan, without regard to whether they're on their team or not, eventually that's coming back to that person. And if for no other reason, the reputation and the knowledge of other people knowing that that's the type of person that you're working with is extremely valuable. So remember this, you guys, is that one of the values of a business like ours, it's not what you get, it's what you give. How much can you give to another person? What can you do to help it? What, right? You know, Jim Rohn talked about this for years and years and years. Your name ends up in somebody else's testimonial. Right? And when your name ends up in somebody else's testimonial, watch what happens for you. Watch what happens for you and your team. Watch what happens for you and your business. So Julian is a perfect example of that. You guys get a good look at Julian Lewis as a regional director, because he ain't going to be there long. He's going to be a regional vice president in our company. That's a done deal. That's going to happen. And I'm so excited and proud of you, man. And cannot wait to see what 2022 holds for you and your team, brother. So it's great. So I guess Mr. Thomas is on a plane from parts known to parts unknown, I guess. I don't know where Mr. Thomas is today. I got a message from him earlier. So I have a couple of thoughts for you guys here to kind of wrap up the year, wrap up your time with me. You guys are finally done with me here, which is good. And you know, we talked this month, every month that I get the chance to speak with you guys, at least the last few months, maybe the last 5 or 6 months, there's been a theme. You know, I've kind of given the month a theme, and then we've gone into some specific things every Thursday of that month. So just to make sure that we're all on the same page and that you guys understand the theme that we've been talking about this year. Does anybody want to put it in the chat? What is the theme? What has the theme been for, there it is, Tracy, first up. This is put up or shut up month. Like, you guys, I'm going to tell you something just to remind you. Heather got it. Just to remind you all, there's talkers and there's doers, right? We've heard all the different catchphrases, right? But there are talkers and there are doers. And the reason I wanted you all to have a month of put up or shut up was this. If the message that you're sending yourself is not congruent with what you're doing, it is very hard to succeed at anything. If the message you're telling yourself is not congruent with what you're doing, it is hard to achieve anything. I'm going to give you guys a worse example. If the message you're telling other people is not congruent with what you're doing, you are being a false leader, right? You are smoking and telling people not to smoke. Now that's okay. You know, I forget what the, there was a, I forget who it was. I'm not completely educated on this, but I think it might've been like the Dalai Lama or somebody like that. And the story goes that, and by the way, I'm butchering this. So for those of you who actually really know the story, don't hold it against me. It's just the idea here. The idea is a parent brought their kid to, I guess it was a Dalai Lama or one of those types of people. And he said, listen, I'm trying to get my, I need some help trying to get my kid to stop eating sweets. And they go, okay, well, I understand that that's what you want to do. Yeah, it's not healthy, da, da, da. The Dalai Lama said, well, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Wait, can't help me. He said, come back and see me in a month. Come back and see you in a month, but I need help now. He said, come back and see me in a month. Brought the kid back in a month and put him in front of the Dalai Lama and said, I need help with my child with the eating sweets. It's not healthy for them. And now the Dalai Lama could help them. Why? Because the Dalai Lama was eating sweets when the child was first brought to him. He had to stop. He had to stop. So if he's going to tell somebody to do something, so do us all a freaking favor. All right. I don't care how new or old you are. Do us all a freaking favor. If you're going to talk to people about getting customers, get a customer yourself. If you're going to talk about peaking people and building your business, you go out and peak some people. If you're going to talk about getting promoted and taking advantage of the compensation plan, you go do it. You guys need to be your best recruit. You need to be your best recruit, man. Like let's stop fooling around with this. This is not a $199 business, right? You know, the difference here, you guys, is that the little things start to stack up. By the way, watch this. Listen to me. Little good things and little bad things, they add up. Little good habits and little bad habits, they add up. Here's a big one. How you treat people adds up, good or bad. You guys, I look, I want to tell you a story recently, even one as recently as last night. Look, the world has thrown us into some crazy times. And those crazy times are affecting everyone. No one's immune, okay? No one is immune. Here's what separates, to me, the people that succeed at a business like ours and the people that don't. It is the attitude with which you deal with those circumstances. See, if you have a bunch of, if you have a bunch of crap happen, but look, here's the deal. If you have a bunch of crap happen, by the way, if you don't have crap happening, there's nothing going on in your business. let's get that part clear. Like, if you're expecting to do ACN every day and every person's going to be a customer and every person's going to be interested and every person is looking for an opportunity and every person is positive, open-minded, optimistic, and the glass is half full, please, you're in the wrong business. Like, look, By the way, do you realize that you could work at a candy shop? Like you could work at Disneyland. The what? What is Disneyland? What do they call it? The what? Somebody's going to say it. What do they call Disneyland? Somebody's got to get this. Disneyland is okay, it's the happiest place on earth. That's what they call it. There we go. Thank you, Julie. Right? The happiest place on earth. So you guys, I want you to get this. I want you to get this in perspective to what we do in ACN. Let me ask you guys a question. The happiest place on earth has people that are unhappy. So if the happiest place on earth has people that go through bad days, what do you expect outside of the happiest place on earth? It's your expectations, right? Understand something. Hang on, let me let these people in here. So understand something, you guys. When I say it is put up or shut up time, and for those of you who've never seen or heard me train, everything's going to come full circle in a few minutes. Just let it marinate. Let it sit on the stove. The oven's on. Don't mess with the temperature. It's going to come full circle. Here goes. If the happiest place on earth has people on every day that are not having a great day, if that literally takes place with Mickey and Minnie and the rest of them, where dreams are made, why would you expect anything else here? It's not whether those good things and bad things happen. It's not whether those advances or those retractions happen. That's not the issue. The issue always comes down to the same thing. It always comes down to the same thing: action and attitude. What action are you taking, and with what attitude are you bringing? That's it. That's it. I heard Pat Mazur say years ago, here's the definition of a champion. You want the definition of a champion? Here it is. Everything is falling apart around you and no one can tell. Champion. Everything, personal, business, everything is falling apart around you and no one can tell. Champion. That's someone who is in put up or shut up mode. Because you guys, isn't it so easy when things don't go our way to just retreat? Like retreat. Okay? Isn't it so easy? Right? Look, you guys, I am not an expert on the Bible, but I'm telling you, something just came into my head as I'm telling you this. Like, here's the deal, right? If you're going to battle, and you can see that the army coming to you has outnumbered you by thousands, what do? You try to figure out a treaty for peace. Okay, here's another one. Let's say you're building a house and you can tell that you don't have the equipment, the manpower, and the people to finish what you've started. You need to reorganize. So what does that mean here? It means that if you realize that you are capable of doing more and you don't, you're turning a blind eye to what it is that you said you were going to do. And that message is important. That message is important to you. That message is important to the people on your team. That message is important to your organization. Like, I'm going to give you guys a crazy thought to end the year. How about this? How about do what you said you were going to do? How about that? What if we start there? I said I was getting a customer this week. Oh my God, I didn't even talk to one person. Oh, but you don't understand. I'm so busy and I'm so this and I'm so that. And Dean, you don't understand what it's like here. And it gets really crazy in our house right now. And we get it. Everybody's got stuff. We get it. We understand. How many of you have ever had the conversation with someone? Could be family, it could be in this business, it could be, where you hear someone start to talk. Listen to me. How many of you have heard someone start to talk and you're like, oh my God, I know exactly where this is going. But by the way, you don't even have to finish what you're saying. You're coming up with all the reasons that you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't be here, you can't be there. Like all those reasons, and you can hear it coming before they even get their lips moving, right? Okay, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. How do you feel? Oh God, guys, I hope you get this. Please get this. How do you feel when that person starts on that road of all the reasons, all the justifications why they can't do this and they can't do that and they couldn't show up for dinner and they can't be on that conference call and they can't. How do you feel when that happens? Someone put it in the chat. How do you feel when that person is saying that stuff to you? You can feel it coming, right? How do you feel? Catherine says, I don't have time for them. Got it. How do you guys feel? Annoyed? Got it. Exhausted. Robert Meyer, it's exhausting. So you're annoyed. You don't have time for them. You're exhausted of hearing those people. Tired. Magda just put in tired of hearing. Jewel, you want to move on. Let me tell you guys something. Here's the best advice I can give you on how to deal with those people. Would you like that advice? You want to hear it? Here's how to deal with those people. Ready? Don't be one of them. That's it. Freaking don't be one of them. I have this and I have that. We get it. We get it. What I want to know, and for those of you who are actually on my team, you've heard me say, wow, here come a whole bunch of birds. Okay. For those of you who are on my team, right? You've heard me talk about this stuff on our other calls, right? Be an example of how you want people to behave. Be an example of how you want people to act. Be an example of how you want people to promote. Be an example of how you want people. Be an example. Now, here's the tricky part. So I kind of set you guys up for this, but that's okay. It's to make a point. Be an example. But here's what you need to know about that. You already are. You already are. So now the question is, are you happy with the example that you're being for the people on your team or not? And here's the best news. If you put up or shut up, and starting right now, which really should have been for the whole month of December, which I've been talking about, but there's still a couple days in December. We have today and tomorrow. Be the example of what you're expecting out of your team. I'm going to give you a great example. So there's a guy on this call right now. There's a guy on this call right now that some of you know, probably most of you don't know him. He's not on my team. He's not in my organization, but I've known him for a long time. And his name is Bob. He's on here, Bob Meyer. He's been around ACN for a long time. And he is not in my downline, but I see him at every Tahoe event we do the training at. He's on all my Sunday night calls. He's on all my Sunday night calls, my leadership calls. That's open to anybody. If you want the information, you want to know what we're doing. I know Sharian's been on a whole bunch of them. Nice to see you on there. You guys are welcome. But he would text me right before and right after Lake Tahoe. And Bob would be like, Dean, I got to make this happen. I got to make this happen. I know I can make this happen. I have to make this happen. And I said, Bob, get some people on a three-way call with me. And he did. And he's had people sign up. He said he hasn't had production that I know of really in quite a while, but he does now. He does now. And here's what's so exciting about that. Any of you can do that. Guess what Bob did? Anybody want to take a shot at what Bob did? Sherry just said it. I'm sorry, sensational Sherry, and we got to recognize your glasses, right? Al has some ringing going on in his ears right now because I just called out your glasses. Bob put up or shut up. He put up or shut up. You guys, here's what's crazy. I just had a conversation. I was just on a presentation. We did a kind of an overview for this really, I don't know if they're on the call or not. I invited them on, this really great couple in Utah. And here's what's really interesting, right? They have a lot of network marketing experience. And I tell people all the time, I tell people all the time, do not be afraid to talk to your successful people. Do not, listen to me, listen to me. Do not be afraid to talk to your successful people. Do not be afraid to talk to people who've been in network marketing before. Do not be afraid. A lot of times those people are the most open people. Do not be afraid. You've got something great. And what did they say? They said, you know, we actually saw ACN. We saw ACN back when it started. It's like, my God, you saw ACN before I did. Like, I mean, I didn't know anything about ACN or network marketing or any of that stuff, right? And they were blown away with the amount of services and companies that have partnered with us. First question they had, what other countries are you in? What other countries are you in? Right? Well, we're in Canada. They go, oh my God, we've got a ton of people and tons of connections in Canada. So let me ask you guys a question. How would you feel if you knew that you had someone joining your team who has a ton of connections and contacts into Canada, and that person was joining your team? How would you feel right now this morning? If you'd be freaking, Jamar got it, you'd be fired up. Be fired up. Hey, Julian, I'm getting there's a bunch of messages coming in asking about the Sunday night call. So what I'll do is I'll give you the Zoom link at the end. Just remind me. So you guys, happy to have you jump on. So anyway, here's my point. This is such a great time of the year because everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, most people are looking forward. They're looking to the next year. They want to make the next year better than the year that we're in right now. Let me help you guys. Let me help you guys like a parent to a kid. It will not be better if you do nothing different, period. Here's what it'll be. It'll be the same. If you do the same, you'll get the same. The definition of insanity, expecting something different from doing the exact same things. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way, right? They say the biggest changes in life are an inside job. You got to work on the inside first. But that doesn't take very long. It's a decision. I'm going to treat people better. I'm not going to have an attitude. I'm going to be a humble leader. I'm going to follow people that are in line with the things that are important to me. How about this? Here's a big one. Write this down. Write this down. Write this down if you're serious about ACN. I'm going to get good at ACN. What does that mean? That means stay plugged into the training, stay plugged into your leaders, stay plugged in to the events. I'm going to give you guys proof that this works. Okay, here's proof that it works, because everybody wants proof, right? Prove it, prove it. Okay, so I'd never done anything in network marketing, and by the way, what I'm going to share with you right now is going to be highly awkward because I'm not particularly comfortable talking about myself, but I will tell you this: for those of you who know that there's a designation in our company called Circle of Champions. Al's been a part of that and whatever, and many times, which is a huge deal, right? Well, the company is not really using that distinction anymore right now. What they're using is this distinction of being an influencer, and that list of people was announced, and so they have invited me. So I've been invited into that group. So what's a big deal is, look, I didn't do that instantaneously. That didn't happen for me in 1, 2, 3 years. That took a minute. Right? That took a minute. We had to develop teams, develop leaders, and you guys, it's just your life. It's just your life. So why not decide to like settle in, decide to be good, make a choice personally and internally to take action so you fall into the right category of put up or shut up. And now we're going, well, now wait a minute. Getting customers, building teams, promoting events, learning the comp plan, that is all part of putting up or shutting up. We have a guy on this call. He used to be in the fitness business. His name is Brian. And I know that there's been a couple of times we've talked about this. You know, here's the gym is such a great analogy, you guys. I mean, it's unfair to have a gym membership, expect to go to the gym 1 day a week and in 6 months look different. If you go to the gym 1 day a week for an hour for 6 months, 1 day a week for an hour for 6 months and expect to look different, that's irrational. It's illogical. It doesn't happen that way. What happens is this: an hour a day for 6 months and watch what you eat a little, you're going to look different. You're going to feel different. So I'm asking you guys to put up or shut up. Okay. Now, thanks you guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate the messages. So now check this out. Last thing to share with you. So, Julian, I'm not going to bring up any slides, but I will talk about it. I will talk about the announcement yesterday. Okay. So I wish you guys could all have your cameras on so you could hear this. So, but you don't, but that's okay. So here goes. What's up, Baker? That's my guy right there. Where is he? Where is he? I see his picture. Handsome son of a gun. What's up, Baker? All right. Oh, I wish his camera was on. Okay, cool. Hey, Winston, what's going on? All right, so check this out, you guys. Here goes. The big announcement. Julian, should I do this? All right.
I don't know. What do you think?
Man, I don't know. Well, first of all, I mean, let's see. Okay. My man Baker's got to put his camera on. Maybe we should make that the deal. Brian Baker has to put his camera on and say hi to me.
Brian, say hi. Baker, where are you?
All right, you guys. All right. So here's the deal. Some people already know. Some people have heard the information, but the company understood and understands that there are always adjustments that need to be made in the company, in the comp plan, in the services, in the international expansion. The company is always going to work towards making the opportunity better for three groups. Whenever there's a change in the company, it has to serve the company, it has to serve the customers, and it has to serve the IBOs. And if it doesn't do all those three things, they're not going to make that change. What's up, Baker? Dude, what's going on? Dude, you know we're not going to turn this into a Packer Dallas thing, but if we had to, you already know what's up. Well, that guy. All right. So anyway, so when the company makes a change, it has to serve three groups. It has to serve the company, the customer, and the reps. And if it doesn't serve all three of those groups, they don't make that change. Does that make sense, everybody, so far? Okay, cool. Here's the second thing to share with you. Hey, what's up, Brian? So here's the second thing to share with you.
What's up, sir?
The company is very good. Good morning, man. Go Pack. So here's the deal. The company looked at the compensation plan and they looked at how it's structured. And the company found something that there is going to be an adjustment made. And this adjustment that's going to be made to the compensation plan is going to impact every single person on this call, period. If you are brand new, if you've been in the business for a minute, it doesn't matter. It's going to affect each and every one of you. And when you hear us as the leaders talk about a position, what is the big position that we talk about? Say, man, you got to get to, there's a position you got to get to. What is that position? Anybody want to take a shot at it? What's the position? RD. Daryl put it in there. RD. Get to RD. And when you become an RD, help people get to regional director. The compensation plan changes dramatically at the regional director position. We got to help you to get to RD. Now, here's the challenge. Okay. You guys agree getting from executive team leader to regional director, that's no joke. Like, that's no joke. Like, you got to have some vision. You got to have some work ethic. Why? Because when you become an executive team leader, and you help someone become an executive team leader, you no longer make those overriding bonuses. It goes to the executive team leader, but that's what you want. You want the people on your team paid. You want the people on your team promoted and paid. Yes or no? Absolutely. But you're in there working and you're grinding. So I'm going to ask a question. To become a regional director, you need a minimum of how many teams? A minimum of how many teams do you need to be a regional director? 3. You got it. And you need how many customer points in each one of those 3 teams? 200. There you go. So the company recognizes that there's a whole bunch of executive team leaders out there that are working. They're grinding. They're doing the right thing. They're serving their team. They're helping everybody. And they have many executive team leaders on their team and they're not getting paid. And that's okay, because the people on your team are getting paid. But the company recognized that there is a gap between executive team leader and regional director. So the company is creating a new position. And that new position is going to fill the gap between executive team leader and regional director. That position, the requirements for that position are you only need to have, I was embarrassed to say it, you only need to have 2 teams and 100 points in each team. 200 customer points and you are promoted to this new position. And here goes. You make overriding bonuses under all of your ETLs. So your executive team leaders are building, they're promoting, they're presenting, you're working with them. Prior to this change, until this change happens, there are no generational bonuses if you're an ETL under an ETL. Now with this new position, which bridges the gap from executive team leader to regional director, you are making overriding bonuses on everything that's going on underneath your executive team leaders. So now not only are you helping your executive team leaders, you're working underneath your executive team leaders, you are now going to get insanely compensated for those executive team leaders, new reps that you're helping get started, where prior to the change, you do not get paid on it. After the change, you get paid on all of it. So I'm going to throw a number out to you just for fun. I'm just going to throw it out for fun. How would it be if you are an executive team leader and underneath your executive team leaders, 10 people joined? Could that happen? Happens all the time. Under all your executive team leaders, 10 people join in a month. Could that happen? Does it happen? Happens all the time. You're an executive team leader, and underneath all your executive team leaders, 10 people join the team. How much do you earn? Now you're getting closer to regional director where everything changes, but you don't earn anything along the way, right? That makes sense so far, everybody? Yes or no? How about this? How about you're at the new position and 10 people join underneath all your executive team leaders and you earn $1,000. You went from a 0 to $1,000. You guys, when this gets announced and the company puts this out, it is, Dave just said it, it is game changing. There are going to be people in your organization that were ETLs that were stagnant because they didn't feel like they were getting paid or money wasn't coming in. And I'm letting you know, those days are over. So don't wait for them to implement this end of January, end of February, whenever it's going to be. Here's what you want to do. You want to roll 3 teams as fast as you can, find and build and develop. So when that change happens, it benefits everybody on your team, and you are that much closer to regional director where everything changes. And by the way, if you're a regional director on the call, I'm not going to go into the details, but you just got a raise, and I'll cover that in, you know, a couple months. By the way, executive team leaders, are you excited? You guys, I'm gonna tell you this. When you see this, if this does not flip you out and excite you, I am telling you, go find another company. I'm just telling you, like, we were freaked out when we saw this announcement. Freaked out of our heads. If this does not trip you out, I'm telling you guys, I don't even know what to tell you. I'm telling you that I don't know what to tell you. But it's been a fun month. You guys, put up or shut up. Like, let's go. Like, let's go. There are people with less contacts, less ability, less credibility than you that are crushing this business. So now this completely becomes, this is not a talent issue. This is not a talent issue. This is not a talent issue. This is an effort issue. ACN is an effort issue. What effort are you putting in, and with what attitude are you bringing it? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Can't believe I made Brian Baker turn his camera on, but that's my guy. And Julian, likewise. Please tell Al I said hello, and been nice spending the month with you guys, and we'll figure out when this is going to happen again. I want to wish you and your families, everybody, a safe, happy, healthy, prosperous 2022, and hope you guys got something over these last couple of years of doing this. And let's do something that you're really proud of. Let's change some lives. Let's really help some people, and take care of each other, and let's build something big.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Tarrolly, first of all, you know, I know how humble you are, but I have to say it. I just want to, again, I said it in the text, but congratulations on that appointment, because I know what that means. I shared it in the beginning. Guys, everything that I shared with you that Mr. Tarrolly's doing as servant leader to others in the trenches himself, leading by example, himself putting up versus shutting up, doing everything that he taught us to do this year, he's done himself in a major way. And that's the reason why the co-founders recognized him as such an incredible leader. So first of all, I just want to congratulate you again, sir. Secondly, did he or did he not close out the year with a bang with that announcement and the training we had all month?
I'm excited for you guys. I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of this group. I know this is being recorded, Mr. Thomas. I hope wherever you're traveling that you're good and safe and everything is great. And you guys, my best to you and your families. Look, this is not a $199 business. It is not. It is not. You need to treat this thing like this is blood money involved. You need to treat this thing like you guys, go get yours by helping everyone that you know. Go get yours by being that person for someone, and just make 2022 your breakthrough year, that it was your put up or shut up year. And then we'll look back in 2023 and look back at what you guys did. And it's such a powerful thing to be able to go back and show and prove what you did. And there you go. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care. And Julian, thanks for the heads up. And you guys, thanks for all the love. I appreciate you guys.
Thank you again, sir. I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great, happy new year as well.